I hate gift giving and receiving.
Receiving gifts is so weird. What do you say? Thank you?
This is Coffee Convos with Kale Lowry and Lindsay Chrisley.
I really want you to be in your feels, Kale.
That does not interest me whatsoever.
I feel very attacked by you.
A spirited discussion about motherhood, friendship, family, and life in the public eye.
I'm just not with the fakery anymore.
There's a fakery bakery around here.
Here's Kale and Lindsay.
Good morning, kitty cat.
Good morning from Dover, Delaware.
Oh my God. Kristen said that she was already picking out dates for the new year for me to be able to start coming in every 6 weeks.
No, I truly am so ready for that because I just feel like we vibe off each other in person so much more different, like so much better. You know what I mean? Like not saying that we don't vibe on here, but it's just different in person.
It's a very different vibe. I have to tell you something. So I've been crying all morning. I somehow switched my GCFI, you know, like where it makes your power go out.
Yeah.
Realized that I should not be a homeowner. I should live in an apartment. And I just started bawling my eyes out. And it's not that time of the month. So I don't know like what's going on. Breakups are really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I look like what I look like today.
Honestly, I think you look beautiful.
And I also have to tell you, I went to TJ Maxx. Okay. I'm a Maxxinista.
Yeah.
The only thing that this Maxxinista bought was eye gels that are defective. They're probably old.
That's okay.
That's why I got them on a discount because I'm a cheap bitch. Kristen said Mercury is fucking everyone.
Mercury is fucking everyone. And truly, it's this time of the year that I think that misery loves company and I am misery.
Oh my God. Okay. So I have to tell you, and Kristen does not know about this yet. This is like breaking news. Okay.
I'm scared.
I've decided that I want to become a Pilates instructor.
Oh, I actually love that. Can we do a workout? Because I don't even know what Pilates is. Like, I could not tell you the first thing about Pilates.
Listen, if I could get you and Kristen like in a reformer Pilates class with y'all's feet and those straps, like just go ahead and take me out. Cause like I will have seen it all.
I don't know the first, if you showed me all these workouts, like, you know, there's like Pilates and CrossFit and fucking, I don't know what else. I would not be able to tell you the first thing about Pilates, but I am down and I support this message. Like if you want to be a Pilates instructor, first of all, could you picture Lindsay doing workout videos, doing lives, doing
it's giving like the step up classes and stuff like from the 90s that all of our grandmothers had.
Please. Like I would purchase the subscription. Immediately would be like,
I'm not doing it, but I will watch it.
No, but I want to try it. Like, is Pilates, do I have to buy equipment for Pilates or should I offer Pilates at Killer Sports? Because everyone talks about Pilates, but we don't have anywhere to do Pilates.
Oh my gosh, I could get certified and then I could certify somebody through Killer Sports. So you do not have to have equipment necessarily for Pilates. I mean, if we're talking like a ball, you know, like one of those like squishy,
like a labor ball kind of deal?
Yeah, but like smaller so it can fit between your legs.
Oh, okay.
We use that a lot. Free weights. A lot of people do mat Pilates and prefer it over reformer Pilates. I go to reformer Pilates probably 6 days a week at this point.
What is it?
That's the actual equipment. So like if you wanted to do Pilates on a reformer with like your feet and the straps, I'm sure you've probably seen like the videos.
No, I literally haven't.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to send you some videos because it's cool as hell. But you can do just like mat Pilates and it's a different kind of like Pilates workout, but a lot of Pilates is like balance. So I feel like you and Kristen would have a hard time.
So what does becoming certified to be an instructor entail? Because I feel like I should probably also do this to be able to offer it at Killer Sports.
So I don't know if you have a club Pilates like near you at all, or if you could get to one, but I'm going to get certified through Club Pilates. And I think the training starts around like January 30th-ish.
Okay.
And it's 6 weekends, 66 hours. And then you have to sit for like
a test.
and stuff.
Should I get fit first?
No. Like there's all different types of people from like different walks of life, different fitness levels, which is kind of like cool about it because you can tailor that workout. Oh shit, Kristen's got us a video.
Oh, I can't wait. Men do it too?
Humbling the boys at Pilates again.
Is that a reformer?
Like flexibility is a big thing too. Let's go, team.
Is that machine a reformer?
Yeah.
No, that looks so fun. I love it.
It is so fun. Like I can't wait to get on a reformer. Like me getting on a reformer is like the equivalent of a good lay.
Wait, why don't you own one?
I don't need to be working out at home.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just not going to happen. I do not have enough like discipline to do that at home by myself.
Right. No, I
need to be in a studio.
Oh, last week we talked about, was it last week? At some point we talked about ferrets and parrots.
I was going to say something about that.
So Kristen told me about a bird adoption on Saturday. And I was going to go to the bird adoption, but unfortunately I came down with the flu and Kristen texted me and she said, you're not going to want to hear this, but you cannot go see the birds because you can get them sick. And I did not know that. Like, I feel like right now I'm sick, but like I'm on the mend. Like I could go out and run errands, but like I shouldn't because I'm sick. And so she was like, you can't come. And so before that, I had gone to my friend, the developer who's building Killer Sports. They just got a macaw, like a big bird that looks like a parrot, but it's not a parrot. They had just gotten one from the same place that Kristen got her bird.
Okay.
We were having a bird adoption on Saturday and I couldn't go. So we were this close to having a Coffee Combos mascot.
You were going to show up with it this week?
Yeah. Like if I wasn't sick and I got to go to that bird adoption, like I already had it plotted out in my head, like what bird I wanted. There's so many birds that need homes that like, oh my God. And so, next time.
So do they only do these adoption? Is it kind of like how PetSmart does it? It's like weekends and they bring out like all the dogs and cats and stuff. Like, is that the same thing?
Oh, she said no, it's
every day.
Oh, okay. They have an adoption room. Okay. I feel so much better. I did think it was like a big, like once a month, like come adopt a bird kind of deal. So that makes me feel better. So they have.
So wait, have these birds like had families before?
Yeah, but I guess they like, maybe someone died. Maybe they moved and couldn't have a bird. Maybe they're not good bird owners. Like, I don't know. But there was all kinds of birds like that I wanted to look at the adoption available ones first.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of dying. Oh, like the owners die? Okay, so they're all, okay, that's good. That's comforting to know that like they were most likely cared for, but their owners.
Like they came from a loving home. The person just unfortunately
passed away.
Now taking a dirt nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that is absolutely so sad. I have seen so many videos about birds more so recently because once you said that you were going to get one, I was like, I need to go and like look at videos of birds and see what she's actually getting into. And there's a lot of videos of people talking about birds being like put in their will.
Yes, because they'll typically outlive the owners.
You only get one bird?
I think you can have more than one. I know my friends that I was just telling you, they just got a macaw. They're already talking about getting another one. Kristen has considered getting another one. So I think it just depends on the family, on the bird itself. Like it just depends.
You know what it's giving? It's giving that one book that you told me to read about it's one of the Abby books and the birds like in the book and it says cuss words.
Was it Just for the Summer?
I think it was mentioned in Just for the Summer, but it was whatever book I read right before that, I feel like.
Oh, yours truly?
I think it was yours truly.
I can't remember which one had the bird.
And like the family of the guy had the bird. And when he brought the girl over, she was talking about how like the bird said cuss words, like it was dropping F-bombs and like all kinds of stuff because it was the granddad's bird and he cussed. So the bird cussed.
Wait, I don't remember which one. Let me ask the book club girlies. Which Abby book had the bird that cussed? Speaking of Abby Jimenez, she has a new book coming out, the one with the fireworks on the cover.
Yes.
I think it's called The Night We Met. But also, did you happen to read Megan Quinn yet?
I'm reading Megan Quinn right now. I think I'm on chapter 13.
Okay. I love Megan Quinn, and she has she has a Christmas book from last year called How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, which everyone loved in my book club. I didn't read that one, but they voted on Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal for this month's book of the month. So if you want to read that, yeah, it's supposed to be like really cute, and everyone loved the first one. So,
and I'm a Christmas girly. I know you're not, but
well, that's why I was telling you, because I know you're a Christmas girly. It might be right up your alley. So, Coffee Combos Podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash?
Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
If you're a last-minute shopper like me, you know the feeling. Shelves are empty and ideas are running low, but Aura Frames is a solution with gifts that feel personal. Upload unlimited photos and video. Just download the Aura app and connect to Wi-Fi. You guys can preload photos before it ships, and you can personalize it. You can add a message before it arrives. You can share photos and videos effortlessly straight from your phone all year long. There's a gift box included. Every frame comes packaged in a premium gift box with no price tag.
I actually have two people on my list that I'm going to be purchasing this for this season. I have two in my home and absolutely love it so much. I've talked a lot about not liking clutter, and I love that I can have all of the photos in one place and other people can upload to that as well. So I just love it so much. For a limited time, you guys can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code CoffeeCombos at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code CoffeeCombos. This deal is exclusive to our listeners, and frames do sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, wait, let's take a walk down memory lane for a second. Do you remember last year when you were going to try to be a Christmas girly and you got like the wildly decorative tree?
That was 2 years ago.
Okay, well, whatever. Do you remember it?
I remember.
Why did you do that?
You know, I was trying to get back into the Christmas spirit, and Lux asks about Christmas a lot, but it really just didn't feel like when I look back and I think about it, it's like it did not feel like Christmas. It wasn't it.
Can we talk about you with the holidays for a second? Because I am trying to wrap my head around. I feel like I'm basically your therapist right now. I'm going to diagnose you. I feel like because you didn't really celebrate the holidays other than going to your family's on Thanksgiving. You said that your mom always did good about that.
Yeah. Up until my great grandmother died, maybe a little after that. Yeah. For Thanksgiving. For Christmas, I probably stopped around 13. My mom stopped celebrating Christmas altogether.
But do you feel like the reason that you don't want to do it with your kids is because of your childhood trauma, or is it because it's just so convoluted with all the parenting schedules and stuff that you don't want to make plans?
Both. I think me not doing it really started with all the dads and the custody, and we're still fighting. It doesn't matter what's in the order. At the end of the day, it's some people celebrate Christmas Eve, some people celebrate Christmas Day, but then also I think one of the first years that Javi and I were married, it was I wanted to go see my family, Northern Pennsylvania. Javi's family was in Allentown, which was 2.5 hours away, and Joe's family was in New Jersey, so there was no way to split the holiday in half. And then it was all of us were celebrating Christmas Eve and none of us were celebrating Christmas Day. And then my cousin and I got divorced on the same year, and we got opposite Christmas years. So it was she had her kids on Christmas on the opposite years that I had my kids on Christmas. And it was well, I'm not going to drive 4.5 hours to get up there if you don't even have your kids, or I don't have my, it just it was too much. And at that point I was just fuck it.
I mean, are you totally against just, doing something simple at home, like hors d'oeuvres and finger foods and stuff for your kids, and like a book exchange, I think would be really cool for you guys because y'all are book lovers.
I would, but I don't have them for the whole, like, I don't have them starting, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think I don't have them starting December 20th. So it's like December 20th all the way through the new year. I don't have them.
And I mean, I understand that people have to go off of their parenting plans because I feel like you really can't plan life unless you're utilizing it. For us, we really don't go off of it except for the days of the week that we're in school.
Right.
Does that make sense? So like he always has him Monday, Tuesday. I always have him Wednesday, Thursday. We alternate the weekends, but it's like if shit comes up, I mean, for example, Christmas holiday, I'm taking Jackson to Disney from the 18th through the 23rd. I have no idea whose time that is.
But you're just doing it and no argument.
He's fine with it. And then we'll come home. I'll do Christmas with him on Christmas Eve. And then we'll take him to his parents on Christmas Day.
Oh, see, but I love that.
So I couldn't even tell you whose Thanksgiving holiday it was because Will had him for half of the break and then I had him for half of the break. And I don't know, I had him for Thanksgiving. Did you see the news about 50 Cent and his decision to executive produce a docuseries about Diddy?
Listen, 50 Cent is so funny to me because
I would marry 50.
You would?
1,000%.
I don't think he's good looking, but like it's funny because he knows he knows how to make money. So he's like, hold up, this is going to be a big one. Let me produce this. I just think that's so funny. I did see all kinds of like AI generated pictures and stuff of Diddy in prison. And I shouldn't laugh, but I was laughing because it was just like, what in the world? I don't know anything about, is there beef between 50 and Diddy or what?
I feel like that there has always been beef with 50 and Diddy for like as long as I can remember. And I have always been a 50 stan. Like, absolutely love him. So do you remember when he was on Dancing with the Stars?
No. I thought, I'm going to be so real with you. I don't know if it's fake news. I don't know if it happened and he recovered. The last thing I remembered about 50 Cent was I thought he filed for bankruptcy and was like not doing well.
Well, he's going to be doing well when he gets done with this.
Maybe I made that up. Did 50 Cent file?
Like, did you just make up that somebody was broke?
In 2015, he filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Well, he's not going to be bankrupt anymore because he says in a quote, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as hip hop is fine with his behaviors. He told ABC News' Robin Roberts in an exclusive interview that aired on Good Morning America. It says there's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing. Or those things would allow an entire culture to register if they're for that behavior.
Hold on. What was the beef between 50 and Diddy? Because like, why that? You know what I mean? Oh, it literally says it started in 2006.
Girl, like this was like when In the Club came out. Like
this says it started in 2006 when 50 Cent released a diss track called The Bomb, which implied Diddy had knowledge of the murder of Notorious B.I.G., which I don't know if you remember this, but Eminem also did a song about Diddy having, I want to say, putting the hit out on Tupac.
Wait, I think that's true.
Oh, no doubt. No fucking doubt. Their conflict evolved over the years with persistent social media trolling from 50 Cent and occasional back and forth exchanges, fueled in part by a perceived rivalry between their vodka brands. The feud intensified around 2023-2024 with a new Netflix documentary from 50 Cent about Diddy, which further aggravated the situation. I don't know about anyone else. I plan to watch the said documentary.
I'm absolutely watching this. So it says, in a statement to ABC News Monday, Combs' representative criticized the new docuseries, claiming the never-before-seen footage was stolen and calling the series a shameful hit piece. In a quote, it says Netflix relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. As Netflix and its CEO, Mr. Combs has been amassing footage for decades since he was 19 years old to tell his own story in his own way. It is fundamentally unfair and not to mention illegal for Netflix to misappropriate that work. How do we feel? Like,
we both asked the same question. How do we feel about that? I feel like when you are charged for the crimes that Diddy was charged and unfortunately not convicted for all of them, I don't give a fuck what amount of work you've put into any fucking thing. You don't deserve to see the light of day outside of prison. And I cannot even believe that he literally will be released at some point in our lifetimes. Like, whether it's next year or the next 5 years or 10 years, like, I don't care what work you put in when you have disrupted and truly just like ruined the lives of so many people. I don't feel bad for you. I don't care. And the work should go to someone else.
I feel like I could understand why somebody would be upset if the footage was like illegally obtained and they had been amassing that since 19 years or however long they're saying. I could understand why somebody would be upset, and I would not be shocked if there's not a major lawsuit that comes out of this. It also said that it is shocking that Netflix gave creative control of this production to 50 Cent, a long time public adversary who has a personal vendetta against Mr. Combs and has made a career of slandering and defaming him. For Netflix to hand his story to someone who has publicly attacked him for decades feels to Mr. Combs like an unnecessary and deeply personal affront.
So what? Okay, if first of all, is Netflix putting money behind it, or are they buying it from 50 Cent? Because that's the other thing. Like, I have been in talks with people, production companies, and you've been on TV, I've been on TV. Like, we know how this works. Usually Netflix is the buyer, but are they producing?
I'm just wondering, well,
production?
It might be a situation to where maybe it was pitched to major streamers and then like pitched by 50 Cent to major streamers, and then they did a deal.
Because for whatever that article that you just read saying like why they would give this to 50, that's not, and I'm not saying that's not how it worked, but usually it's like a production company goes to Netflix and Netflix is like the streaming service that buys it. But it sounds to me from that Netflix is putting money into this being created.
I'm just now reading this. I mean, I somewhat followed his trial and stuff, mainly to just see the photos of like the family. But I did not realize that he was only found guilty of 2 prostitution offenses and was acquitted on racketeering, conspiracy, and 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion in connection with Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie.
Yep. And I think allegedly was still putting hits out on people.
What?
Yeah, I read that. I mean, I'm saying allegedly because I don't know if that's true, but also didn't one of his houses like burn down or something that had so much evidence?
I think so.
So like, to me, I don't really care. Like, you're an awful fucking person. I don't care. Like, and this goes beyond like, oh, I don't like him, right? Like, this is like, what you have done has impacted the lives of hundreds of people. I really don't care where, all of this footage, goes and who uses it. Like, I don't care. I have no sympathy. I have no empathy. I don't feel bad.
The only reason that like I can kind of understand, regardless of the stuff that he's done, like it's not to dismiss any of that, but I just feel like anyone using someone else's name on a documentary, because it happened to me, using someone else's name and profiting off of that and not giving them the opportunity to also, it didn't have anything to do with profit for me. It had to do with, if you're going to tell that story, then also let me tell my side of the story.
But when we're talking about trafficking humans, do we really want to hear what he has to say? All he's going to do is deny it.
No, but I think that it could possibly prevent a lawsuit, because I absolutely believe that Netflix will be sued.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. The holidays are a time of traditions, but some people have holiday grief like me, and some have no family or are sort of beginning their own traditions. Now's the time to reflect on what they mean to you and to rewrite the traditions and make your own, honestly, like perfecting a new hot chocolate recipe like Elliot would absolutely love to do, or continuing a great aunt sweet potato pie. Incorporating therapy into your new or existing traditions can help ensure that you're taking time for yourself during what can be very joyful for other people, but sometimes chaotic, hectic, or lonely for some other people. And I absolutely love therapy. I was, with how crazy the holiday season can be, I was trying to fit in therapy this week or next week because I have not been able to do weekly with how busy everything is, but I would rather go some than none at all. And BetterHelp is a great option. They have quality therapists. They have a therapist match commitment. They have client reviews you guys can read. And BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US, which is a huge deal.
I love the option of BetterHelp so much. We've talked a lot about BetterHelp over the years. And last year on Christmas Day, I did therapy, and it was one of the best things that I could have done for myself. This December, you guys start a new tradition by taking care of you. Our listeners get 10% off at betterhelp.com/coffee. That's betterhelp.com/coffee.
It says that actually he's already sent a cease and desist demanding that they not release Sean Combs' The Reckoning.
Well, it's too late for that. Once the money gets put out for it, honestly, I think it'll make so much. I think it will make enough money that a lawsuit will be
like they won't care.
If I'm not mistaken, and maybe you or Kristen would know more than I would, in your situation, I absolutely feel like you should have been consulted and been able to tell your side of the story.
It just kind of feels icky for someone, anyone, to be profiting off of someone else's name, likeness, brand. I don't know. Like, I've kind of always felt that way. This doesn't even have anything to do with 50 Cent and Sean Combs. I've kind of always felt that way about documentaries just in general.
It's circumstantial for me.
You said it's circumstantial for me. Kristen's in here telling Kristen's in here telling us, I will kill all of you. Then she says, look at how many documentaries were created on Idaho 4. Some family participated in some, others had no family participation. Like, yes, are we hypocrites when we say we don't want people profiting off of Idaho 4? We've said that. But then we read the book, we watched the documentaries, and it's for information purposes. I think that we were just so invested. I could understand why people maybe wouldn't participate in a documentary, but like give the option, like give the choice for both sides.
Okay, so what you're saying is like if 50 Cent was going to do this, he should have given Sean Combs the opportunity to say something in the documentary.
Yeah, and I just also feel like
we don't know that
he hasn't. Like, but I also just feel like it would prevent a lot of issues like what's transpiring now, the cease and desist and like all of the things. You can prevent that by just doing it the right way. Like, none of us really give a shit about what Sean Combs has to say. But I do think to get both sides of the story, quite frankly, I would like to watch this and just watch him lie.
I mean, I would be curious to know if they reached out and he said no, and he's still like trying to get them to not release it. But it's also like, I don't know, with the crimes that he's committed, and I believe that he committed all those crimes. I don't know that I care or not. It's sort of like somebody that keeps popping up in my timeline is Joe. What the fuck was his name? With the Lions.
Huh? Joe
with the Lions.
Kristen, do you know what the fuck she's talking about?
The Lion King.
Oh, Joe, Tiger King.
The
Lion King.
The Tiger King, he keeps popping up, right? If they did a documentary on him, like, I would want to see both sides. You know, people that are against him, but also like I'd want to hear his side. I do not give one single fuck what Diddy has to say. Like, I mean,
I don't care what he has to say either. I'm just saying from like a business standpoint and being a part of a documentary that I wasn't necessarily a part of and like didn't have a choice. Mm-hmm. Like, I could see why that would quite literally piss somebody off. Not the Lion King. I forgot about freaking Joe Exotic.
Oh, he keeps popping up on my timeline. Like, I don't even know why. Why is he in prison still?
You know, he tried to get a pardon from Trump, and I saw like,
What? Wait, did he have a conversation with Trump?
I don't know if he had a conversation. I just know that he tried to get a Trump pardon at some point. He hired a limousine SUV, like, to pull up because this man had convinced himself he was getting that pardon. And it was like pulled up outside the prison.
The deadly marriage situation, I was not prepared for it. I had never heard of the case before. So when
I hadn't either.
No, I had never heard of it ever. Basically, what happens in this documentary is that a husband and wife they're married. He has 2 children, 2 or 3 children.
No, I think it was 2. Wasn't it a boy and a girl?
I don't know why I thought maybe there was a third, but okay. So a boy and a girl, 2 children from a previous marriage. That wife had passed away. She died. And they were from.
The wife was like the nanny, right?
Yep. So the dad and the children were from Ireland, I believe, and they hire an au pair, which is a fairly inexpensive service, nannying service, because I did look into it. Ends up marrying the nanny, but never allows the nanny to adopt the children. So that was interesting to me. And then the wife, her parents live a couple hours away, but they come to visit. And when they're visiting, there's an explosive fight that happens in the master bedroom between husband and wife. Father-in-law, the wife's dad, enters the room, and I mean, it's a bloodbath. I've never seen something. It was giving Jodi. It was giving Jodi Arias.
Yes, it was. Like, the amount of blood, that crime scene was gruesome.
I mean, a chunk of his skull and hair was on the floor. Like, it was, and at one point they showed the back of the door, which means that at some point it was closed, but it was open at some point. And long story short, the dad and the daughter go back and forth, like, sort of taking blame for it. And so nobody actually knows how this all started and ended. They don't know who actually killed who. Wife is saying that the husband was attacking her and then went after the dad, and then she defended the dad. But then the dad is saying the opposite, that the husband was attacking the wife and he was protecting his daughter. And I mean,
I just have to say, as gruesome, Kale, as that crime scene wasn't the grandmother like in the basement or something like that? Please tell me how no one heard anything that was going on, like how she woke up, because I think it said in the documentary that she woke up and like heard something and then went back to bed.
Yep. She woke up, heard something, and went back to bed. And then the kids originally were like sort of lying for the mom, or this is where it got tricky for me, because the husband that passed away, rest in peace, goes to a psychiatrist. He gets on new meds. He talks about being angry for no reason. He talks about lashing out with his psychiatrist. And the kids say that in their initial interviews, that they, witnessed their dad sort of lash out and yell. And he describes that himself. But then they take it a step further, saying that they saw him hit mommy. And then later on, they recant that and say that the mom told them to say that. And so part of me is wondering if maybe there is some truth to like the anger and the lashing out, but maybe not necessarily like the hitting.
I mean, I do think that there's a little bit of truth to every part of every story, right? I just can't get behind why we would have a brick in a master bedroom.
No, truly. She said that the kids were going to paint it or something.
Yeah, they were going to paint the brick, from what I recall. But that seems so far-fetched. Like, also, why are we painting in our master bedroom?
It feels like it was definitely like premeditated, even her calling her parents. Would you, and knock on wood, I hope this never happens, if something were to happen to Will and you got remarried, would you let that person adopt Jackson?
I think there's a lot of variables there. I think it depends on the age. If these children were little kids, like 2-3 years old, before school age, I would I would say, yeah, most likely I would. I don't know how old those kids were whenever their mother passed away.
I don't either. I want to say they were like Lux and Creed's age, maybe younger.
I think that that's like such a tricky thing, and it's so personal because it almost would make me feel like I was betraying him in some way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then
For sure, depends on
circumstances. Like I'm betraying him, but then not honoring the person that's now raising my child as their own. I'm just like trying to think through this. Like, I just don't know. I feel like it would be a situation if the child asked and if the wishes were of the adult that would, you know, possibly want to do that. If they both came to me, then I probably would be like, yeah, but we really need to think about it.
That's so interesting. Because initially I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, why wouldn't he want his wife if he thought he was going to, I don't know. But then to your point, like upon further consideration, it's like, you know, I think it is very circumstantial. Like, you know,
I just think that it really does depend on the circumstances. I don't know why I'm like getting the feeling that I would feel like that would be betraying his dad upon his death.
Yeah. And I guess I could see like depending on how old the child is, the child might think that you're trying to erase the other parent's memory. So yeah. I think, to your point, but maybe if it was like a baby or a toddler, that might be a little different because it's like you obviously want them to.
Well, then at that point, you're robbing, if it's a baby or a toddler, at that point, you're robbing the person that you're now with and then also the child from ever experiencing. I mean, I guess they could experience the same thing without the adoption. Like, I feel like it's just a piece of paper, but I also feel like that about marriage. So
interesting. I'd be curious to see what people think.
But I don't know. My theory on that is that it was premeditated. I think the brick being in the master bedroom is like what sealed the deal for me. Don't know why we would have just a rogue brick in there, regardless.
And a bat.
Like, yeah, and a baseball bat. Like, I mean, my granddaddy slept with a baseball bat like underneath his bed in the event of an intruder. So, you know, like, maybe I could see that, but just like a rogue brick, like, come on. I think it was premeditated. I think that the grandparents were there, and if the guy did have anger issues, like maybe it was a situation to where she enraged him and caused him to do whatever he was doing, and then she tried to pull the self-defense and then have parents there to help.
Well, and let's not forget that her dad was a former FBI agent.
I also thought that was kind of odd. And didn't they mention that like he knew how to kind of like get around things because of that?
Yep. His whole interrogation was like him leading. He knew what to say, what not to say. Mm-hmm. So I guess if you're in the market to commit murder, make sure your parent is a former FBI agent.
Or have been to prison. Already.
Yeah. This episode of Coffee Combos Podcast is brought to you by Booking.com. I've got to say, if you're looking to grow your vacation rental business, this is the place to be. Booking.com is one of the most downloaded travel apps in the world, and for good reason. Since 2010, they've helped over 1.8 billion vacation rental guests find places to stay, and that's billion with a B.
But here's the thing. Most vacation rental hosts don't even realize that they can list their properties on Booking.com. And if you're not on the platform, your rental is basically invisible to millions of Booking.com travelers worldwide. After all, they can't book what they can't see, right?
But once you start listing on Booking.com, your property gets seen by a massive global audience of unique travelers. That means more visibility, more bookings, and more opportunity to accelerate the growth of your rental business.
And it couldn't be any easier. You can register your property in as little as 15 minutes, and nearly half of hosts get their first booking within a week.
So if your vacation rental isn't listed on Booking.com, it could be invisible to millions of travelers searching the platform. Don't miss out on consistent bookings and global reach. Head over to Booking.com and start your listing today. Get seen, get booked on Booking.com. Small traditions that mark the changing of the season feel good, and that includes updating your makeup look. I love Thrive Cosmetics for things like this. I especially love the highlighter that goes in the inner corner right here by your eyes. I'm obsessed with it. You can go from simple to just got to get out of the door routine in fall, festive glam. Thrive Cosmetics is your go-to for completing any fall look. And every product is 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and made with clean, skin-loving ingredients that work with your skin and not against it.
Y'all know that we love a brand that gives back. Thrive Cosmetics, with over 150 million in product and cash donations to 600 plus giving partners. Your purchase directly fuels real impact that's beauty with purpose. I love so many products from Thrive Cosmetics. You and I have used the mascara for so long. I also love the Brilliant Eye Brightener. I'm actually out, and this is a reminder for me that I need to reorder it, but it is a waterproof eyeshadow highlighter stick that's made to brighten and open your eyes, and it just gives your eyes a radiant look for any fall occasion. You guys, complete your fall look. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/coffee for an exclusive offer of 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/coffee.
Wait, so I sent somebody a picture the other day of Jackson, and I remember you telling me that, I'm not going to say what child it is, but that you have a Velcro kid.
Oh, yeah, I do have a Velcro kid.
I also have a Velcro kid.
I don't mind it.
I mean, I love it, but also, like, is it healthy for them, you know?
I think it is. I think just by like nature, like if you take it all the way back to the caveman days, right? And what were they doing with their babies? Like they couldn't leave their babies anywhere because of predators.
So the reason I brought this up was because there was an article on parents.com, and I had literally just sent a photo to somebody, and I was like, Velcro boy. Jackson loves to snuggle with me all the time. He's up my ass 24/7. If he can't hear me in one part of the house, he comes to find out like what I'm doing somewhere else. Can't take a shit in peace. Like knocking on the door, Mom, what are you doing? Like taking a shit is what I'm doing. So this article says that it's normal for young kids to want to be near their caregivers, even if it feels overwhelming at times. Clingy behaviors can change with a child's age, personality, or life events, and it doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong. Setting gentle boundaries, encouraging independence, and taking breaks when you can help both you and your child feel more balanced. Like, what is the true balance, though?
For me, there isn't one. I know when I work from home in my office and stuff, like I have to hold my pee all day until I know that the kids are napping to come out of the office, because once I come out, there is no middle ground. Like that's it for the day.
Wait, do you have multiple Velcro children?
Yes.
Who are they? I know one.
Which one?
Creed.
Oh, without a doubt. And I mean, like last night, Lux goes back and forth with it. Like I slept in his bed last night. He was like, you said you were gonna have a sleepover with us. So I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. So slept there. But the babies, all three of them, and like I only have 2 legs. So if I'm sitting down, if I'm sitting down and Allie's like sort of has her body on one, like chest to chest.
Okay.
If Verse or Rio comes up on the other leg, don't let that leg or arm touch her, because at that time, and vice versa, they will push the other one off. Don't let them touch. It's 2 separate Velcro children, okay, like this. Mm-hmm. So I went over to Elijah's yesterday, and it was all 3 of them. Like the babies are 3 solid Velcro children.
But what do you think causes it? Like, is it
I don't think it's
personality, or is it raising? Like,
I don't think it's caused. I think it's just human nature. Like, I think if given the opportunity, every child would have it. But I think so often, especially our generation and boomer generation, is don't hold that baby, you're going to spoil it. When really it's human nature. But I think the boomer generation specifically is like the cry it out, let them put them down, you're going to spoil them. No, that is literally how they feel secure. That is how they feel loved. That is how they feel. That's how you have a healthy relationship. I think it's just human nature.
I mean, I couldn't even imagine what life would be like without a Velcro kid. Like if I had a second child and it wasn't, I feel like I would feel robbed.
I'm
And
trying.
I know it's like probably like not the healthiest thing to like.
No, I think it is. I think that humans today are making it seem like it's not healthy, but I think it is. I think it's human nature and the way that it's supposed to be.
Like
but daycare starting, when people are required to go back to work at 6 weeks and they're giving their babies up to daycare and other childcare providers, you're trying to reverse human instincts. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking about, especially when Lincoln breastfed babies, right?
Yeah.
He had to fall asleep touching my face. Like it was always putting a hand on my face, falling asleep for like 2 years, probably going on to 3 years. Like I genuinely think that is how it's, but like, oh, stop co-sleeping. But that is literally human nature. What do you think that in the beginning of time, what did you think that humans were doing?
Well, there wasn't like cribs and shit.
Like if you put a baby in a crib, a hawk's going to come down and grab it.
Right? Like where did they sleep?
I think in a cave, and I'm ready for the cave. Bring me back to the cave. Take me to the cave that Joe said I belong in. I'm ready. Take me back.
I don't know. Like I was always a advocate for co-sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we did until Jackson was literally like 3 years old before he ever went to his own bed. That child never slept one night in a crib.
And it can be overwhelming at times. Sort of like breastfeeding was really hard work.
Overstimulating. Like,
and like sometimes you just want a night to yourself. But like I find myself now that I don't have anyone co-sleeping with me, that I miss it. So like I don't mind sleeping in my kids' beds if they ask me to lay. A lot of times like, oh, just lay with me to rub my back, and I end up falling asleep. Like I don't care. Like I'll just do it. It's exhausting sometimes. Sometimes I wake up overwhelmed, but like ultimately I know they're only little for so long.
Do you feel like you get out touched? Because when Jackson was little, I feel like he was constantly just touching, attached to the hip, touching my face, touching my hair, pulling on my pants, like.
Or like if you're trying to go around in the kitchen, even to load the dishwasher or like put something in the crock pot and they're like at your foot. Like it's just that little, like you're just out touched, overwhelmed, overstimulated. And then like in an hour, if you leave me alone and then come back in an hour, I'll be fine. But like in this moment, I'm so overwhelmed.
So overwhelmed. And I look back on it now and I'm like, what I would give to have those days back though.
Oh, especially because Lincoln is my most, like I have to work to figure out what's going on with him. Like he doesn't just, for his dad too. Like he's not very forthcoming about his feelings. So like now that I have to like, you know, set up time to like really talk to him and whatever, I would give anything to be with him one more time so that he could just put his hand on my face and go to sleep.
It's the sweetest thing. And like, I cannot relate more to like the dishwasher situation because I didn't have any help. So Will was always out working a damn job and I was at home holding down the fort, cooking a crock pot meal and taking care of Jackson by my lonesome. And it's like, they're playing with all of the kitchen stuff and you're trying to get stuff cleaned up and you're like, now I have this other mess and now they want to be held. And do you understand that like I was lopsided for years?
Because you were always having.
Yes, because I always held. Do you always hold from like the same side? Like you pick up from the same side?
Usually I would, but now that I have twins, I'm like always with both.
Yeah. How does that work?
Well,
fascinating to me, honestly. Like watching twin moms is fascinating.
Listen, if you were to ever have another child, I would wish twins on you because it's so cool. It's really so cool.
You love it?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, don't get me wrong, and it's exhausting, but like it is so cool to just like watch them. But yeah, holding both of them, especially when I'm lopsided, but I have two because Valley is so much heavier than Verse that I'm like, wait, hold on.
I know. Isn't it so crazy? I feel like they used to be closer in size. And then now I feel like she's hit a growth spurt that he has not hit.
Yeah, her feet are 2 sizes bigger than his.
What?
Yeah. She wears an 8 and he wears a 6.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's so fascinating though. It's really cool.
Well, on that note, we have foul play.
This foul play comes to you from a sleep-deprived, first-time mom who is learning how to take care of her new baby boy. My husband and I have been doing everything together these first few weeks, supporting each other and just trying to figure out how to keep the little man alive and thriving. Totally relatable. The first night we were home from the hospital, I was changing little man's diaper with my husband standing next to me in moral support. Little man was crying and letting us know how much he despised diaper changes. Everyone warns you about baby boys peeing mid-diaper change, but I was not expecting the chaos of it happening to us for the first time. I was elbow deep in wiping him when all of a sudden he's shooting himself in the face. I start cleaning up and he's peeing all over again and shoots my husband in the face. My husband and I looked at each other and how wet little man is at this point and say, fuck it, let's go get him in the sink for a sponge bath. I pick up the baby, sans diaper. He decides it's the perfect time to let a huge fart rip, getting poop all over me.
So a shark.
At this point, my husband and I are dying of laughter. The sleep deprivation gave us a level of delirium that helped us find this moment extremely funny. However, as a newly postpartum mom, you know my own bladder control is compromised. Luckily, it was in my own diaper. If you know, you know. Because I was laughing so hard, I started to pee myself. Eventually, we got it all cleaned up, but who knew our first bonding moment as a fresh family would be the 1 a.m. diaper change, my son and I both needing a diaper change. I love that, and I'm so sorry. I honestly think that people downplay the level of exhaustion that comes with the first 6 months of motherhood.
Listen, I definitely took to heart when I was told from all of the older people around me, they were like, sleep when the baby sleeps. Bitch, I took that all the way to heart. Like, he's taking a 3-hour nap, so is mama. Like,
no, I would say the hardest part is for any new moms listening, or if you know a new mom, like the sleep deprivation for me was the hardest part. Like, I still have PTSD from it. And I will tell you that getting your baby on a routine that works for them, I'm not saying force them into something they don't like and that is not working. But when my kids were regularly, routinely napping at the same time every day, everyone was happier because I knew I would have that window of time to sleep as well.
I feel like the sleep deprivation is so hard on marriages. I'm convinced that that's why some divorces happen, because of the sleep deprivation. We were so tired, and I feel like I also wanted to spend time with him when Jackson was sleeping, because it was like the only individual time that we had that, you know, we weren't caring for him. So that's like really, really hard also. But I feel like the diaper situation with boys, like no one really prepares you for it until it happens to you.
Yeah, agree.
And it's like an oh shit moment. And I had to learn, like, I would put the diaper, the diaper's on, right? And then the next diaper I would put like on underneath it.
Oh, and so you and Sterling both told me about that.
You didn't do that?
No, I never did that before. I'm going to take obviously my child's body parts will be covered with the old diaper.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take a picture of what you mean. How, like, when you lay them down to change their diaper, they have their dirty diaper on and you put the clean one unfolded under their butt before you take the old one off. I'll take a picture with the diapers on, no body part showing. Just
it is like
a game changer. Yes.
It is the diaper hack. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you guys for always supporting our show. Please subscribe and review on the Apple Podcast app, follow and rate on Spotify, or listen wherever you get your pods. For our latest merch, visit coffeeconvospodcast.com to shop. Full video episodes are available on Kale's Patreon at patreon.com/Kale Lowry. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and join our Facebook group to connect with us and our community. We hope that you guys have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.